Wealth Nation, you don't have enough life insurance. That's right, I said it, and I'm talking to you. Because the point is, here at Wealth Nation, we want to make sure that your family is protected for generations to come. But the reality of the fact is, family, let's get real, is that if you pass away tomorrow, your family might have 1 month of income to support them, maybe 2. And then after that, they just have a GoFundMe account with a sad face of you with somebody writing, please help.
Right. And the reason why we say that is because we know the statistics. We are faced with the statistics every day.
Yeah, we're life insurance agents. We know the GoFundMe platform well.
Now, don't get me wrong. GoFundMe is a great financial tool, but it is not a plan. You know what I mean? So your plan is making sure that all your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. Mm-hmm. That means that if a part of your plan is to do GoFundMe, that is just hope with Wi-Fi. Because the thing is, like, your money comes in every single month. It has a job. It comes in. It pays the mortgage. It pays the light bill. It pays the car note. It pays the for family trips. It pays the tuition. It pays for birthdays. It pays for gifts. It pays for all these things. But here's the thing. We don't think about all those things until we don't have the funds to support all those things in our lives. And that's what will happen if you were to pass away and you don't have things set up for you and your family.
Mm-hmm. Now, don't get me wrong. We're not trying to be morbid here. This isn't a morbid conversation. We're just creating awareness, because what happens far too often, we just got a call that another family member is diagnosed with cancer. And guess what? We know they don't have a plan. Right? So the conversation is, what is your plan? What is the plan of the people around you? Your mama, your daddy, your brother, your sister, your children. Because the only thing that's guaranteed, family, is death and taxes.
Right.
And if you're sitting here watching this video, we are coming to your living room or your cell phone, wherever you are, because we are creating the awareness of we need to do something. We need to take action. And most people don't take action because they either think that, 1, the products that could help them are not affordable, or 2, they just put their head in the sand and they don't want to take the action. So we're here to wake you up today to let you know that there are always affordable options. There's always a way, but we just have to take action, family, because we don't want any one of your family members having to struggle when you could have set this up today.
Right. And we want to make sure that there's a clear separation between checking the box and actually doing something, because you can check the box and have life insurance through your employer, but that's not even your salary. Mm-hmm. That's not even your year's worth of your salary. Your family's going to need more than that.
Exactly.
You might check the box of having a retirement account through your job. Yes, that checks the box, but if your timing's off, that may not support you through your whole retirement. Nope. So what we're saying is that you have to get involved, and a part of getting involved is making sure that things are done in the right sequence.
I love that, Darius. Thank you for that. Because that smile. Because what really happens, let's tell you again, the reality that we see from our vantage point is that you're standing in a Category 5 financial hurricane with an umbrella from the dollar store, acting like you got a plan. All right. that umbrella is toast in that Category 5 financial hurricane, right, my friend? So the idea is what you've just set up is just a gesture. That's not a plan. You don't have protection. Now, Carmen and Darius, the next question you're probably asking is, what do I do? So let's tell you what you need to do. We are actually going to give you a calculation. So go ahead and pull out your calculators so that we can help you determine how much death benefit you are obligated to get. And let me be clear with this. As long as you can pass the medical exam that is needed for life insurance to determine your insurability, this is the amount of death benefit that is obligated to you based off of your income, because you can't get death benefit without your income. All right. So the idea behind this number is it's not feelings. It's not a little policy. It's not, can I get this? I don't know. These are the numbers that you need to calculate. All right. So we're going to put this on the screen because we've talked about this multiple times. But the idea or the example that we want you to see is if you are 45 years old watching this video and you make $100,000, 45 times 20, the multiple you see on the screen, means that you qualify for $2 million of death benefit. $2 million, just like that, because of your income. Because essentially, in the simplification terms, that means that your income at $100,000 will be working for 20 more years as long as you stay alive, which would mean that your economic value to your household is $2 million. All right, so I already know what you're thinking. $2 million? Carmen, I don't need all that. Some of y'all tell us, I ain't leaving my kids nothing. But the point is, you do need it because your family doesn't need just 1 month of you, right? Or whatever's left in your bank account when you're not here. They need years of what your income was doing. And that is the gap that you need to figure out. So subtract what you have now by the amount that we just shared with you. That's the gap you need to figure out how to fill.
What people usually have versus what their family actually need, this is the gap that Carmen's referring to. And we're trying to help you fill that gap. That's why we keep doing these videos over and over and over again. We recently got a comment on one of our videos saying that we are death benefit first, that we're death benefit first. Yes, we are, because death benefit comes before everything else. Just like people get out of sequence lifestyle.
Was that a bad thing?
No, it's not. Is
that the comment they were saying that was a bad thing? I'm sorry. We need clarification.
So the comment was around the fact that we're focusing on death benefit more than cash value.
Yeah.
And what I'm trying to say is the fact that there's a sequence in which things need to happen.
Sure, but let's address that comment, family, because we like it when you guys comment. I love that we're thinking about things as far as cash value and death benefit, but the reality is when you pass away, the cash value don't matter. and what we just said before, death and taxes happens.
Right.
Death and taxes is guaranteed. So we want to make sure we have as much death benefit as we possibly can. The cash value or the cash flow is going to come, but let's make sure that our needs are insured or protected as much as they possibly can.
Right. And basically what we're talking about is sequence. There's a sequence in which things need to happen. If we're talking about using life insurance and borrowing from the cash value to make investments, the sequence of things that need to happen is its protection first. And before we even get to protection, speaking of your income, there needs to be cash flow there to even buy the policy in the first place. So when we're thinking about the gap for our family, that's the death benefit. That's the job of the death benefit. Let's make sure that that box is checked off. Now, what we do with that policy after the fact, the investments that we make, that's an afterthought.
Yeah.
So that we can make sure the system itself is protected. The death benefit protects the system itself.
Yeah. And also one thing that I want to throw in here too, because as you all see in our channel, we have over 400 videos talking about life insurance, and we do lean towards educating you about the cash value that grows in the whole life insurance policies. But we also have to be realist as we're continuing to educate you with our videos, because what's happened to us, what's happened to other families is we lose family members. And every single time we lose family members, we keep thinking about how much life insurance we could have had on those people and how that financial injection of capital could have helped the family come up. You know, whether it's helping families pay off debt, helping families pay for their electric bills for months to come or whatever it is. We continue to see this happen in our ecosystem. And that's why it's made us kind of shift the conversation a little bit of just making sure people are aware of your maximum insurability potential and that you start walking towards it, like Darius said in that sequencing.
Right. And what we're trying to say is that lack of preparation creates these things, these situations. And what's helped us is having a system in place for our nucleus, and then it expands out to other family members, other important family members in our lives. And the more we get buy-in person by person, now we can create a bigger system to support our family and our loved ones for generations.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because at Wealth Nation, for us, we're not just looking at products. We're looking at your lifestyle. How do you move? How do you groove? How does your mama move and groove? How does that affect you? Because we all affect each other, and we want to make sure that we're not just checking a box like Darius said. Yeah. So we're looking at a system. We're looking at something that's organic, that makes sense for you all. Because if you are the asset, your income is going to be the machine that helps propel that asset. And if your family is dependent on the machine, we need to insure it. It's that simple. So before we even talk about wealth, before we talk about cash value, like we talked about before we talk about investing, borrowing, becoming your own bank, or anything else, know your number. Just know your number and get as close to that number as you possibly can.
Right, because we have a basic question for you. If your income stopped, would your family still be okay?
Well, hold on, wait for it. Answer it. Don't just run through it, Darius. Let him answer it.
If your income stopped, would your family be okay? And the question to that answer is no. Then what your homework is you have to do something. You have to make sure there's a system in place. That no is because there isn't a system in place. And we're not just talking about checking the checking the box of life insurance. We're talking about actually creating a system where your income comes in, it has specific jobs to do, it goes out and has life insurance, and the cash value goes out and gets more money and comes back to the system.
And guess what your homework in addition to that is? To spread the word. Have that same conversation with your mom. If you were to pass away tomorrow, will the dependents, list the dependents, be okay? Talk to your neighbor. If you were to pass away tomorrow, list the dependents, would they be okay? It's important that we spread the awareness, because we know time and time again, and we know you know too, all the times people pass away and their families are not protected.
Right, and let's talk from experience. This is a conversation that you have to have more than once, because you need to remind the people around you what needs to happen in the event that you pass away or in the event they pass away. Because if you're responsible for somebody when they pass away, like your parents as an example, then you need to make sure that their wishes are made are aware of by you and whoever else is involved as what you want to happen. And don't get me wrong, there's also situations where the children pass away before the parent, and there still needs to be a conversation that needs to happen.
It happened to us.
Yeah, Carmen and I, we're married. And if something happens to me, then I need to make sure that my parents are aware of the instructions that I gave to Carmen so that there's no confusion. They love each other, but when somebody passes away and there's a lot of money involved, or the understanding that there's a lot of money involved, relationships change.
I know that from my family. My family still don't speak because of the misunderstandings from my dad, because he didn't clearly communicate his wishes. So again, we're speaking from experience. Darius and I, we lost our second child. She was 9 months old, and we still, even
had life insurance.
Had life insurance, and we still had to have an understanding. Hey, we know she has a terminal illness. What are we doing? What is life going to look like after this? And again, not going back to more morbid, but it's reality. And we need to prep ourselves. And the better prepared we can be, the easier things are on the other side. So your homework, in addition to spreading the word, you need to figure out what your gap is. How much life insurance do you currently have, minus the amount that we just shared with you, what you're eligible for based off you passing that medical exam. And to be honest, ask yourself, are you protected? And how far off are we? Because we're not just going to let you watch this video telling your family, I got you. Do you actually have it? Because love is making sure they are actually covered when you are no longer here to say it anymore.
Now, you don't have to go off and do this on your own. You can also have us help you by clicking on the link below, watching our webinar, and asking the question, like, what is it that I need to do specifically? And we can help you with that.
Absolutely. So Wealth Nation, you heard him. If you are interested in letting us support you through this whole process, click on the link below. We try to make it as fun and interactive as possible, because it doesn't have to be serious. We're planning here. Let's have fun planning and leaving our family trust funds. Why not, right? Because before there used to be this negative connotation. No, let's create trust fund babies on purpose, with plans and intention to create more value into the world.
Right. And if you like this video and want to check out more like it, check out our next video.
And remember to own your own lifestyle.
Or someone else will.
Or GoFundMe will.